Happy House of the Dragon Day to all my people out there. I had to come on a little bit early than everyone else is here because we are live also on Facebook. If you don't know and you can't make it to YouTube, you can always go to Teflon TV on Facebook, and then you can check us out on that. We are always there, my people. So make sure that you are also subscribed to Teflon TV on Facebook because I put everything out there, and my Twitter page. Follow me on Twitter. I need to get my Twitter followers up. I guess that's important. But welcome to the original. And when I say original, that means the first ever Game of Thrones pregame show. You know who did it first. That was your boy right here, the Don Tony Teflon. First person who came up with the concept and did all that, you know what I mean? So we're going to start a little bit. We got our boys here, you know what I'm saying? We got everybody in here. I'm just waiting for them to get in here. I'm trying to hold down the fort before everybody gets up in here. We got the whole usual suspect posse in the building. Big Bridge 4 is with us. We got Phil the Issues guy with us. And we got some other people scheduled to come. So just in case you don't know the format, how I do my pregame shows, let me tell you exactly how I do the pregame shows. How I rock it is that usually we rock for a half an hour. And then every half an hour, I bring on a guest. And then that guest gets swapped out with somebody else in a half an hour. And then that guest gets swapped out with somebody else in a half an hour. So that's the way it usually goes. But we're going to break it up a little bit tonight. We're not going to do the swap. We're going to bring in the guests, but we're going to allow them to stay the whole time. But after that, we'll go right back. Let's take this super chat right here from Kelly Johnson saying, how did Bridge see the episode early? So
I saw it too. It leaked.
All right. So, yes, the episode did leak. If people are wondering, people have seen it. Now, I've seen the episode, but I didn't see it from a leak. I've seen it because I had screener copies from HBO. I didn't tell anybody that, but, a lot of people, YouTubers, I guess they heard that I got them and they went and got them. So I don't know. They said, Tony got him. I got to get him too. And they got him too. And I'm happy they did because I'm not special, man, or anything like that. And I would never claim to be, you know what I mean? So that's how it is. So a lot of YouTubers, and I'm glad that everyone has a chance. But I don't want to come on here and I don't want you to think that I'm going to say something that is going to, like I predicted something, like I got superhuman powers or something like that. It's nothing like that. All right, so no spoilers. I want all the people who are mods out there for me, repping for the Don. You got the gap for the Don. If anyone puts any spoiler out there, please delete their comment. Don't kick them out. Just delete their comment for me, all right? Also, I have just did, what is that called? So not subscriptions. What is it called, Phil?
Oh, channel memberships?
Yes, I just started channel memberships, right? If you become a member of Teflon TV, you will get special emojis. We have special emojis in the building, right? So we got emojis of myself, LMR, Phil the Issues guy, and a Bridge 4 emoji and all that. But now that the whole team seems to be here, right? Everybody's up in the building right now. We're going to get this thing popping the way we do it. Let's do it. What up to my thugs, nerds, freaks, and geeks? You're now rocking with the best of Don Tony Teflon. As always, subscribe, click that bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. I am here with my brothers, the usual suspect podcast people. We're back in the building. We got the one, the only Phil the Issues guy who's muted. Say something, Phil.
No, how's it going, everybody? Great to be here. Great to be here at a premiere day. Can't wait to, I already watched the episode. I can't wait to watch it again tonight and actually talk about it. But the only spoiler you'll get from me is I enjoyed watching it.
And we have the Kaiser Sose of the usual suspects back in the building, the one, the only Big Cat Bridge 4 is in the building. What up?
What's happening, guys? Phil, do you have a connect over there to HBO? Is that
yeah. HBO sent me an Instagram message with a link to it. I have to blame someone in this live stream. Actually, Tony sent me a similar message about an hour after you did.
We got new members right off the bat. Let me give a shout out to Jay Cruz for becoming a new member. We also have Jay Haymaker John Haymaker is now a new member. Thank you, John. And we have another new member here. I gotta go up. It's up.
It's Kelly Johnson.
Kelly Johnson. I want to highlight it, Kelly. Where'd you go, Kelly? I see it. Kelly Johnson, right here. New member Kelly Johnson. Thank you so much for being a member. You get the emojis, and if you become a member, when you first start off, you get the cigar next to your name. So everyone out there with the cigar, new members, and every time a couple of months go by, that will change. So you know what I mean? So it's all good. We got what up to my man David Lightbringer. I was just on his channel, LML. Thank you for having me. You know, not that many people invited me on the channel, and you did, so I truly appreciate it. And he dropped a super chat for $9.99. Thank you so much, brother. I truly appreciate it. He says, huge shout out to my man Tony Teflon. What tip, Phil? Bridge, you seem cool too. Have a great show, guys. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate it. And we got original member of the small council in the building, the one, the only Charlie in Westeros is in there rocking with us right now. And what he was until it got pushed away. There he is right there. Thank you. So what up, Charlie, man? What's going on? You should be already with us. All right. Let's go through it right now. House of the Dragon Day. Has everybody seen the episode on the panel?
Yes, this is a non-spoiler stream, right?
Yes, this is non-spoiler stream.
Yes, I saw the episode and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. But yeah, I'm pumped to actually watch it through the HBO.
Yeah, no, listen, that's a great thing. Was it? Let's go into it. Well, after watching this episode, so we all seen it, we can try to help these people out. I'm not a Colonel J. Cruz. I got it from HBO. What did it live up to your expectations, or did it surpass it? Let's go through that.
You go, Phil.
I would say it lived to my expectations. I wanted it to have a good quality, like visual texture to it. I wanted the sound to be awesome. I wanted all the acting performances to nothing to take me out, and everything was justified. Any little minor issues I had with it was more about they packed too much awesomeness in it, so the pacing was really, really fast. So wasn't until the second half of the episode that I could really breathe it in. The first half of the episode is very rapid fire with scene on top of scene on top of scene. I know why they did that. But that if I had any criticism about it, it would be the pacing of the episodes, a little bang, bang, bang. But for the most part, really excellent and lived up to my expectations.
So I don't really ever set expectations for anything. Like one time I dated a girl, she never liked to get her expectations up because she didn't want to be let down, right? But in theory, I know how to answer this question. Like it blew my expectations out of the water. Without spoiling anything, just people who know the story, like people who already know these characters. There's so many little things that happen during the episode that are just so good. It's the little stuff that's why I said I actually made a quick review where I said I don't know how it's going to resonate for people who don't know these characters. Like how good a job did they do of setting up who likes who and who doesn't like who, right? But for people who know these characters, this was a total home run. The episode was fantastic.
Yeah, when you have an opening episode, the job of the opening episode is to first put you in the place that you're watching, right? You don't want the costume to look like you're at a Renaissance fair. You want to truly feel like you're at this time, right? It does that. Next, the next job is what it has to do. It has to show you each character's motivation, right? And I think it clicks on that too. It shows you exactly what this character is, and it shows you their exact motivations and sets that up very well. John Haymaker, thank you for becoming a member. And says, how much nudity is in House of the Dragon, David Lightbringer? I will say, I will say that, it's not on the level from what we've seen so far of Game of Thrones. Right, you're not going to see a guy with a big wart on his penis and they put it right in the camera for you. There's going to be none of that.
But you do get a close up of an ass at one point, and then a body part being removed at one part. So there's casual nudity. As Tony said, it's maybe not as expressive as the first couple of seasons of Game of Thrones, but it's more than the later part of Game of Thrones. There's definitely a good chunk of nudity in this first episode, but more casual in the background kind of stuff.
What up to Ron? He's a member. Thank you, Ron, for becoming a member. I truly appreciate. Salute to you, brother. Salute to you. What time does it come on? It comes on at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Yo, Phil, I'm fixing my camera right now, but real quick to answer that question, how much nudity? For me personally, not enough. There was some, but the more the merrier, in my opinion.
I'm not listen, I'm not one of these people who complain about nudity. And that's how I'm gonna say this right. That's how you know. Look, there's over 190 people in here watching. Can you please hit that thumbs up button? Make sure you hit that thumbs up button so that YouTube knows that this is a stream that people are interested in and that they watch it. All right, so please do that if you can. I will say this. You know what I mean? We got a new member right now, Mara Chase. Just joined the Teflon Don family. Thank you so much, beautiful. I truly, truly appreciate it. This is great. Now you have access to the emojis too of the Don Tony Teflon, the Bridge 4 emoji. Bridge, I got an emoji of you, right? I guess he doesn't know. And the Fill the Issues guy emoji. You can go put those in the chat. I don't think I could see them if they do that. But thank you so much for becoming a member. We truly appreciate it. So I'll say, how much trolls they are day and day because people were complaining that there was no male nudity in the show. That's why they did the Dick Wart. That was the whole reason. They said, "Oh, you want male nudity? Here you go." And they put a wart on the dude's dick. That just shows you the type of. I'm just saying that just shows you the type of trolls they are. They just trolling all the time about everything else. So that is just what it is and everything else. But I think that you'll be satisfied with the nudity that you see, and I do believe that most likely it will pick up. What up to Christy of Old Stones in the building, rocking all the way from Queens, New York, rocking with us and everything. Meg Paul is up in the building, rocking with us right now. Jackie C is up in there rocking with us. Kelly Johnson super chat says, "Does Dawn make an appearance in the first episode?" I would say, I don't think this is a spoiler. I would say that if your expectations is to see it, I would say that you will not see it. I don't even know why it would make an appearance, in all honesty. So I don't see it, the reason why it would do that. So, but no, we do not see. DG, I want male nudity. Listen, I'm not trying to tell you not to get some. I think you get a little bit of it, but you don't get a lot. You'll get some. Your desires will be met. We got another member right here. Guy H just became a member. Thank you so much, Guy H. Really appreciate it, man. You guys are the best, man. Truly appreciate that, man. 100% and everything else. The beautiful Carla Way is in the building all the way from Australia. Sing me a tune. Sing. All right. Let's go. Let's keep it going right now. Let's go on. So let's go through character by character if we can and see, were you satisfied with their portrayal or not? Let's be honest about it too. All right. The actor playing Otto Hightower. How did you feel about his portrayal of that character?
Should we go like rapid fire on this one? Like thumbs up,
we're
thumbs
rapid
down?
fire. We're not going to go through everything about it. We're just going to, you can say a couple of words about him.
He was one of my favorite parts. The tension between him and Matt Smith's character was, you could feel it. It felt very organic. I understood right away his relationship with the king in his situation with a couple of passive lines. I don't know as much about the source material as Bridge and Tony do. So for me, I'm more of watching it with television eyes, and even I could kind of see everything that was going on with him right away. I thought his performance was one of the top of the, not that there were bad performances, because I honestly, I would struggle to think of an actor that gave a bad performance in the first episode, but he's definitely on the higher end of that scale for me.
All right, let me give a shout out real quick, Bridge, to Ed Martin. He just became a subscriber. Thank you, Ed. And Shamarla Williams, thank you, beautiful. She just became a member. All right, Bridge, go ahead.
Yeah. So without doing any spoilers, just during the joust, we've seen the trailers. There's a joust, right? So just keep your eye out for all the little things, like the times when they switch to different people, but specifically him. There's a little motion he does during the joust. I think in every single scene he's in, he killed it. I don't know who he reminds me of. Maybe like let's say when Mad King Aerys was running the realm, and it's like people were saying that really it was run by Tywin Lannister. I feel like he's got that kind of vibe. Like, this is a powerful dude, really smart, really sharp dude. You know what I mean?
All right, so let's talk about that real quick. So we know that we've heard that before, right? King Aerys Mad King Aerys and Tywin Lannister running it. Is that too much of the same? You know what I mean? Are they playing their hands too much in that situation by doing that. Should have had been a different twist. I mean, is it all the time the hand is really the king and instead of the king? Do you like the way that they did that, or do you think that maybe they could have did a different device for it? You muted, Phil.
For me, I feel like it's still a little different because the king seems different. We haven't got to him yet, but this king, and again, coming at it with virginish eyes, looking at all of this, he seems like a very capable, competent, non-insane Targaryen that is actually has a good handle on the human Targaryen versus the dragon thing. I very much enjoyed his performance, and I feel like he's not typical of a crazy mad king or a fat Robert in the sense of a king that can't run things that we've seen so far. This seems like a very competent king. So I think, Tony, that would be the difference in the relationship dynamic in what I've seen so far. But I don't know how Bridge feels.
Yeah, I don't think that I literally didn't think. I'm sure other people have thought about that before. That dynamic, maybe even from reading the books. For me, the books are so high level. I haven't really stepped into many of the characters' shoes. You know, like I love Prince Daemon. I've sort of gotten into his shoes, but not too many characters. Some like the tertiary characters that we'll see in future seasons. But so as far as them being like repetitive, doing something tropey, no, I didn't, because I literally didn't think about it till now. And even though I mentioned it, like Phil said, that's a great point, Phil. Like the king is very different than Mad King Aerys, right? I was actually surprised by the way Viserys is in this episode without saying any spoilers, but very pleased. Again, it just boils down to the fact that when we read this stuff in the books, it's so high level. We really haven't gotten to know these characters when reading the books. And now we're getting to know them.
So
I'll be honest, I love them all. I love them all for the first episode. They're all great.
Let's talk about that one. So let me take this super chat. Thank you so much, Smoking Joe. Looking forward to a new series and the fellas chopping it up. Team Black all the way. We're gonna give our teams not the end, a little bit later. We're gonna go through the teams and we're gonna give our teams a little bit. Thank you so much for super chat. Let's talk about the king. Now,
wait, Teflon, real quick. So Why So Curious is asking, how do you become a channel member? Just go to Teflon's main page right next to subscribe. You'll see a join button. That's how you become. It's like Patreon on YouTube.
Yep, that's how you do it. Thank you, Bridge. Yeah, go to my main page. You'll see join, become a channel member. If you become a boss member, you're gonna get I give you stuff. I'm not playing. Everyone knows on my channel. I did laying it down. We did giveaways and stuff. You become a certain level member or on for a certain amount of time, I'm going to send you a thug mug. I'm going to send you a copy of my book. I'm going to give you stuff. I'm not playing around. We got 2 new members right here. Let's give it up to them real quick. That's Val, my girl right there. Thank you so much. And Renee M. of House Stark. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I truly appreciate it. So let's talk about the king real quick. Let's and as John Haymaker said, join my OnlyFans too. Yes, join that. That's why I got the cigar for the first one, because I'm a Bill Clinton cigar type man, if you know what I mean. All right? If you don't get it, you don't get it.
Sorry to explain the joke. You like to dip your cigar?
Yeah, I don't get the joke.
The T Tablet new member. Thank you so much for becoming a member. All right, let's get into it. This king. This is, if I'm correct, this is the guy from the Never Ending Story, right? The king.
I've never seen that, but I did hear him mention it in like Comic-Con or something like that. He's like, have you ever ridden a dragon? He's like, well, the Never Ending Story.
He was in the Never Ending Story. He was the main character in the Never Ending Story when he was a kid, when he was like 13, 14. And he was riding, jumping on that dog face dragon, if they call it. It had a face of a dog, though.
All right. It always scared me. I never watched that as a kid because it freaked me out.
I don't know if that's really a dragon. It had a face of a dog on it, man. All right, let's go through it real quick. Oh, we got another new member, Holloway. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I truly appreciate it. Dave Lightbeer, I like chapstick. To each his own, buddy. We don't be judging nobody. All right, Paddy Considine. When I read the books and I looked at the king, he didn't do anything for me in the books. Nothing at all. He was just there. He was there. But this guy brings a certain level of gravitas to this character, and y'all going to see it tonight, that it makes me more interested, and I wish I knew more about him in the books. How did he come across to you guys?
Insanely good. Same thing. I feel like he was the jump out character from the first episode. Not that there was a bad performance. There wasn't, I said it before, but there wasn't one performance where I was like, no, I'm not feeling this person. But he jumped off the page of having an extra depth, being very careful and prideful of the choice that he was given, or the choice given for him to be king. Obviously, he has a relationship with, or had a relationship with, the dragon in the story. So since then, he hasn't connected with another dragon. So he was very clear in dictating, we can't rely on the dragons. It's not an easy alliance in some ways. I'm walking the fine line. I don't want to say anything else. But I'm having trouble not talking about him. But it was just a really great performance. I thought he added an extra level of gravitas there.
Bridge.
So the Dance of the Dragons within Fire and Blood, it's something like 5 or 6 sections. The first section is almost verbatim a separate side novella called The Rogue Prince. It's mainly about Prince Daemon, right? Yeah. So I had done that prior to Fire and Blood. That whole section, for me, when I read it, again, it's Prince Daemon. So pretty much Viserys to me is like a pushover. He's nothing. He's a tertiary character to me. In the show, like you said, he has gravitas or whatever. And he's also, I've heard George R.R. Martin say this recently in an interview, like Comic-Con or something like that. He said that the Viserys in the show is a better character than his Viserys in the books. Not necessarily too different. There are some things that maybe they didn't explicitly state in the books that are actually underlying his plot in the books. But he's also he's a much more complex character in the show, and I love him. One thing I will say and I won't get into details, this is in the books though, pretty much the only thing they say about him in the books is they describe his relationship with his brother. And I've known about that, but the way that it's playing out, even within one episode, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I think that he did an amazing job on this thing, on his acting ability. All right, we're going to go through another person before we bring in our first guests here. We're going to go through another person. Let's go through the man, the myth, the legend, the sea snake himself. You're right, the sea snake. And check out my interview of the sea snake on my channel if you want to get a little bit more. Check out my interview. We're talking about Steve Toussaint. We're talking about Corlys Velaryon. What did you think of? Now, listen, a lot of controversy that people gave it, I think, for the wrong reason, but a lot of controversy around this character. All right. What did you think about the performance you've seen of him?
Perfect. I thought he fit into it again. Everyone had such great characterization in the time that they had, and they spent so much extra effort in the way that they framed characters and the way they delivered their dialogue. The way he was sort of like water moving around for each thing. Yes, I support this. Oh God, I can't do it. I can't talk about this without saying what I saw. But it was an excellent performance, and I thought I wasn't even thinking of anything. As when you go to theater school, first lesson that they teach you does the character fit what you think? Can they fit into the costume? Can they be the person? Can they transform into the character you want? And it wasn't even a question. It was an amazing performance. And I thought he had some of the slickest dialogue in the episode, and the way he had an ability to bounce from allegiance to allegiance in a single voice frame of dialogue really worked exceptionally well. So another one of the standouts for the episode.
Bridge?
Say the name of the character. Which character again?
We're talking about the sea snake.
Sea snake. Oh yeah. So I expect to see more of him in future episodes. He's been in a lot of scenes. Now the lines that he delivers, like let's say he doesn't have as much dialogue as some of the other characters so far. I'm sorry, I don't want to get into spoilers, but the lines that he delivers are all very meaningful and very powerful. I'm really looking forward to him. What's interesting though is that, again, it's so weird. Like when I look at him, I see the sea snake. I've already seen him casted as the sea snake for months now, right? I've gotten used to him being the sea snake. I see comments still popping up to this day of people being like, yeah, it throws me off a little bit. I'm like, I don't get it. To me, he is the sea snake, and I want to give him a shout out. So I've seen him in 2 interviews. One was the Comic-Con interview, and one was one of like the videos that HBO uploaded, and he has the best answer. They're like, are you aware of the criticism for your casting, blah, blah, blah. And he had the best mic drop answer. He goes, yeah, I'm aware that some people have issues with me being casted as Corlys Velaryon. I'm paraphrasing this, by the way. He goes, but those are their issues, not mine.
Well, you watch my interview because I asked him that question and I got a better answer than that.
I know when you said 2 interviews, I thought you were going to say this one. Antonia.
Me too.
Yeah, I thought you was going to say yours. Tony.
That's all right, Bridge. Though that's all right.
Yeah,
Let's
you sold
bring
you out right there, Tony.
He
That was
did.
a little-
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Hey, all right. Kelly Johnson, Phil Eamon and whatnot is going to be the standout. We shall see if he will be the standout. We shall see. He's set up to be in the books. We know that. All right. First guest coming on. You know this lady from not just my channel, for her channel. You know her. She has a crew that follows her. They're called the Sweet Summer Children. The one, the only great areas in the building, rocking with.
Hey, I didn't know about this. No one told me. Hey, Gray.
Hey, Bridge. How are you guys? Are you
That's
guys
awesome.
excited for House of the Dragon?
Happy House of the Dragon Day.
Yes. Happy House of the Dragon.
But it's not just Gray. Let's bring on someone else from the Dire Wolf City podcast. You know, she don't eat horses. It's zebras. The one and only. She's from Boston, but we don't hold it against her.
Hey.
I didn't in the building rocking with us. What up, my lady?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's good to be here. It's Happy House of the Dragon Day. Happy holidays.
Happy House of the Dragon Day. So everybody hit that thumbs up for your boy right up in here for the usual suspects and our sister podcast, Dire Wolf City, in the building, rocking with us on this House of the Dragon Day. You know what I mean? That's how we do. All right, ladies, we've been going through some stuff, so let's ask you these questions. Now, we have all seen the episodes. Y'all have not seen the episodes, so there's no spoilers going on. So your expectations, what are your expectations for this opening episode?
I expect to be blown away. I expect it to be Game of Thrones, but like on a much bigger scale. I expect opulence. I expect the height of Targaryen power. I expect to see lots of dragons. I just expect it to be amazing. Can't wait for it.
Before you say something, let me say this is a call-in live stream. The number is on the bottom. So you have a question for Bridge, Gray, Aura, the Don, Phil. Call that number right down there on there. You can leave a voice message right there. You see it on the bottom right there. Let me tell you what it is in case you can't see it. 781-990-8509. 781-990-8509. Ask your questions. You could give it to one person, to everyone, but definitely call in live. We would love to get some calls from you. Definitely call in live stream. Aura, go ahead. Expectations.
They're high. They are really, really, really high. I've been hearing great things about the show. So far, the reviews seem good, at least the reviews from people that matter, in my opinion. So I just want to make that clear. But I expect to see just the Targaryens at their height. So like Gray said, it's going to be extravagant. We're going to get 17 dragons in the series. Like, that's so badass. I've been rewatching some of the Game of Thrones episodes, to be quite honest, to just, gear up.
Ooh.
Mostly the ones with like Daenerys just being a badass.
Are you randomly selecting episodes, or are you going through a certain season?
Oh, randomly selecting. It's the most
Really?
chaotic order. It's very chaotic. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just whatever episode I'm feeling. I just watch.
Potato Lord says, "Sweet Summer Mother is in the building, rocking with us right now." All right, so let me. I'm trying to ask these ladies questions. It's hard because we've seen it, we can't. So it's two different things. All right, so you expect to be blown away. Who do you think, out of all the characters, who are you looking most forward to seeing? And it could be a dragon if you want to call a dragon a character. That's fine.
It's Daemon. It's Daemon Targaryen.
I was gonna say Caraxes, so we're like right here.
Yeah,
But
same.
that and Rhaenys, I'm so excited to see Rhaenys and Corlys, just them together as like the power couple. Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be
Yeah,
so
I think
great.
Rhaenys, I loved her when Nurse Jackie.
Great
I
show.
loved her. I fell in love with her.
What's Nurse Jackie?
It's
Yeah,
a show with Edie Falco. That's what she did after The Sopranos.
The show is called Nurse Jackie?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in that
It's on
show
Netflix, if I'm not
It's
and all
funny.
mistaken.
that. And she, I didn't even realize it really was her with that wig on until I got a good look at her face and stuff. She played a hell of a character in there. Very snobby, stuck up, very, but she was Nurse Jackie's girl. You know what I mean? A high-powered doctor. And listen, she ate that role alive. And when I have seen her in this opening episode, I will say that I like what I've seen so far. Again, I'm not going to say that I don't think that you're going to see more of her later on, but from what I've seen, it's she's been on point 100%. Which with an actor of her magnitude, what do you expect? It's not going to be. There's no way she's not going to knock this role out. It's just impossible for anything else like that to happen and everything else.
Did you watch the Comic-Con panel or no?
I did not watch it.
You know how so
I
like
did.
Did you?
It was good.
So
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm right or wrong with this. So I watch a lot of press conferences before UFC events, right? Sometimes it's individual, sometimes it's the whole like the main card fighters, right? And it's always afterwards. It's like, who won the press conference? Because it's not about saying like, "Ooh, I trained so hard, I'm ready for this fight." It's about who makes it fun. Who won the Comic-Con panel out of everyone there, all the actors and actresses?
Ooh. I had to say Matt Smith.
Ooh,
He kind of
okay.
I don't know. I feel like he just really has Daemon down pat, and he has me completely on board. I'll admit, I was kind of hating at first with the casting. I'll be one of those people, but I'm a full convert. Like I haven't even seen the episode yet, and I'm already converted. Like he's perfect.
I've never seen it.
This is what I think about people when they have these casting. I think that everyone believes that, and not you. I'm just saying in general. I think a lot of people believe like everyone's supposed to be, Brad Pitt if you're a Targaryen. Like you gotta be this great looking. You're a Targaryen. It's got everybody. Oh, Aegon's Brad Pitt. This dude's Brad Pitt. But I think that when you look at real life, like let's look at real life right now. Who's the Prince? William, right? William's the prince. And I remember back in the day, everyone was like, "Oh, William's so hot. William's so hot." It's the title that made him hot. Because if you look at him now, I don't hear people saying that shit no more. But the title makes you that hot, right? You know what I mean? I've heard, chicks back in the day say, guys would have scars across their whole face around my way from growing up in the hood. And they'd say, "Oh, that scar just makes him look so gangster. He's hot because he's gangster." Because of the status that they portray that puts that hotness up. So I think that's what Daemon is. I think it's his status, and because he kicks so much ass that people think makes him hotter than his actual look. I don't think he's a pretty boy. I never looked at him as a pretty boy myself. I don't know how other people take it, but Kristen Cole, different situation. That yes, I look at him like that. He's just a pretty boy. He knows how to fight.
Melissa Blackwood in the chat said Damon's got a swagger, and again, without spoiling anything, he definitely has a swagger. He is locked into his character in the first episode. And Tony, we do have our first voicemail of the night. This is from area code 857.
Hey, it was good, guys. It's Jalen. I just can't believe it's August 21st. I remember on my birthday 3 years ago that they announced this. I was a freshman in college, just waiting for the show so bad. I'm just happy it's there, and I'm happy to be watching the live stream and seeing all my people there. I've been waiting 3 years. I can't wait to watch it. I can watch it right now, but I'm not going to wait till 9. But I can't believe we're going to have this show already, man. It's been a long 3 years. Let's get it.
Great message. And wait, at this point, just wait. The audio isn't perfect on the leaked version, so I can't wait. And we also got a text message from 817. God, it feels good to be back in Westeros from CC. Thank you so much for the message.
No doubt. Lady Starforce says, Teflon TV, what do you and the panel think about the type of dragons? And you think we'll actually see all 17 of them? Thank you. All right, so let's go with this. When we seen Daenerys' dragons in Game of Thrones, they all looked exactly the same, right? I mean, we could say that they came out of the same egg, so that's why they looked exactly the same. Whatever, we can go with that. That's fine. Whatever you want to call it, whatever. You know what I mean? That's fine. Are you happy that we see different styles of dragons and also different colors of dragon? Was that important to you?
I would say yes, and I really hope that they do the different color flame as well. Just because, we're going to get those the battles between the two different factions at some point. Mm-hmm. So I think it would be easier to distinguish for, especially casual viewers, to have them have different colored flame like they do in the books. So yeah, fingers crossed for that. But other than that, I really like that they have different looks. It makes sense because why would they all look the same when they're different generations, different clutches, different parents? It makes sense. They look a little different.
I think Caraxes looks like the coolest. He literally looks like a worm with wings, which is kind of how he's described in the books. But if you look at Cyrax, like they look completely different, like their facial shape, like if they have spikes or if they don't have spikes. But Caraxes by far looks the most different than any of. Like he really looks like a dinosaur, like he could have existed many years ago, for real, like in real life.
And Tony, you're right. Like in the original, the dragons did kind of look the same. They talk the same. At times they even walk the same. It's a crazy duet. But I will say again, I'm walking around on eggshells here because I don't want to give up. One thing I was impressed with in the first episode that we see is, forget the way they look or the color, their intelligence is shown more than it was in all of Game of Thrones, except for maybe a few moments with Drogon here and there. That came through exceptionally well in this first episode. I'm not going to say how or how it's manifest, but I thought the intelligence of dragons came through a lot more in this particular episode.
To answer this question, I'm actually going to go back to the Comic-Con thing. I tried laying you up there. For me, Eve or Eve Best, is that her name? Eve Best, she won the Comic-Con hands down because, like, I'll say two things real quick. Like, they mentioned they're like, you know, the host was said something along the lines of how, you know, they pass over like women generally in the history of Westeros, right? And then Rhaenys or Eve Best, she looks down at Jordan. She's like, yeah, why do they do that? She was sort of embracing her character, right? Rhaenys. And later on, someone, I think it was the host, he asked someone maybe down the line, he's like, what is your favorite dragon? Like a different actor? And she just yelled out, Melee's. Because that's her dragon. So she won the Comic-Con for me.
Yeah, she totally, and I remember seeing her, you know, her and Steve Toussaint when they were on the red carpet, they were holding hands together, walking down the red carpet together. You know what I mean? I was a little jealous, dude. I'm gonna tell us my man right there. You know, me and him be talking, so I'm a little jealous. You know what I mean? But I'm happy for him. You know, I'm happy for him. Thank you, EVM. Nobody else would we rather do the pregame House of Dragon. You know, Don Tony Teflon, the original pregame show. You know what I mean? So happy that you are here to join us in it, and we truly, truly, truly appreciate it and everything else. All right, that being said about the dragons, I agree. We need the different color flames. We do. I think that's really important. Now, there's one thing I'm going to say that we haven't seen. I know it's been controversy from the beginning, and we're always honest about everything here, right? 100%. There's no purple eyes again. Would you have wanted to see the purple eyes on these Targaryens? We've seen it in other shows, and it looked pretty good. Not going to mention the show, but it looked pretty good. We know why they didn't do it the first season. You think that if they would have did it, it would have messed it up what we've seen in the other shows? Or do you feel like we should have gotten some purple eyes going on here?
I would have liked to seen it. After watching The Witcher, I want to see it. I'll say it.
Yeah, I want to see it, but I'm not mad about it. Yeah. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
If they did it, I guess they did it for a reason. Because they seem to be like super accurate. I think I watched your interview with Steve Toussaint, and he was kind of like, they put all the like stuff in Driftmark, like from his voyages, and like he was asking them what it was, what it's from. So for them to be book accurate, like to that extent, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it as well. Would I like to see it? Yeah, I would like to at least see some test footage of how it looked or something just to kind of see. But I know in the original series, there's a couple people in the chat are saying the contacts were supposedly very painful. So if that money can go to other places, it's a small thing. I was more upset at the time of like Dario's hair being all like not book accurate in the original series, where that's just a fun wig they could have made. But on this series, or with eye color and stuff, it's such a, I know you could say it's a big thing, but to me, it's sort of a subtle thing that you can kind of get away with in that stuff, and I don't care that much about it. I would kind of forget about the purple eyes after an episode or two anyway. So I'll just settle into not worrying about it too much.
Yeah.
To be honest, I had forgotten about the whole purple eye thing. So for me in the world, because of Game of Thrones, like, yeah, that does nothing for me. Who are you guys referring to in The Witcher? Yen? Are you referring to my Yen?
Yeah, actually, Lord Corlys Whitefire had a comment that said, every time I see Yennefer, I'm like, damn, this must be what Ashara looked like.
Oh.
LOL. And I couldn't agree more.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's pretty cool. It's a cool color eye since it's like we don't see it in real life unless people put in contacts. So it would be cool, but for me, it's not like a game changer. I don't care.
it's not a game changer, but it is a detail that if you're gonna pay attention to details, I would have liked to see it. But if you didn't want to do it because the other show didn't do it, and that's the reason why, I 100% understand. That's the reason not to do it. I know someone sent the super chat who was Big E, and I did not get a chance to see it. I'm so sorry, Big E. If you could just put your question or something again.
I threw it in the private chat. I did a second comment. I quoted it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What was it? Let me the private chat. You could have just read it out, Bridge.
Oh, so I can read it right now.
Yeah.
He said, it's not spoilery, but Biggie did watch the first episode. Said, love the first episode. Queen Emma Aaron, love her. Damon and Otto. I already don't trust the Maesters. That's a good point. I totally forgot about that. The Maesters are like, they're shady. They're a shady bunch.
Yeah, you're definitely shady. If you go on LML, who's in the building right now, David Lightbring, I did a video with him just recently, and we did a ranking of the people who were to blame for the Dance of Dragons happening. And my second pick was the Maesters. I thought that the Maesters are 100% to blame for this whole dance taking place. So definitely check out that video and check out the list, and then vote for me being better than his.
I can't wait to talk about that. And Tony, we got a couple of texts in a voicemail. The text says, OTDA here. Tony, the original pre-gamer and the usual suspects and Direwolf City members on the stream right now is making my whole night. You all know this night is just as exciting as the show, or I'm just as excited as the show does. And I hope everyone knows how much me in the chat really appreciate them. Cheers. 857 says, the only thing I can't stand is we have to wait for Ewan Mitchell as Aemon One Eye. He's going to effing kill it.
Who wrote that?
That was area code 857.
Okay.
And we do have a voicemail. And
wait, can I say something real quick? Did you guys know who that actor is? Ewan Mitchell?
Baby Monk.
Yeah, Baby Monk, exactly.
I can't wait.
Isn't it so funny that Baby Monk was casted for in this show? It's pretty funny.
Who the hell's Baby
like
Monk? From the show Monk?
From the TV show Monk, like Baby Monk.
It's
No, I wish.
from the Last Kingdom. I believe it's
You don't look like Monk, goddammit.
it's one of the kings, like a bastard brother or something like that, like a very lovable,
son,
like bastard son, very lovable character. And I just found out like 3 days ago that he's in House of the Dragon. I just love seeing like characters or actors that you fall in love with, all of a sudden seeing them in something new. Oh, I'm so pumped to see him.
Anyone who just became a new member, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go onto the emojis, and I want you to spam the Fill the Issues guy and the Bridge 4 emoji. Put it out there because put it out there. I want you to spam the Bridge 4 and the Fill the Issues guy emojis. Put them out there for you. And listen, you can become a member, and the more members I get, I have emojis of Gray. I also have emoji of R too. I already did it. I already have them done, and I'll put them up there as soon as I have more members and I'm able to.
I wish I was young as my emoji looks. Oh my goodness! Wow. We do have another voicemail. This is from area code 559.
What's up, fam? This is Edward Martin, aka James Martin, Fresno, Cali. The question is, Sea Snake and Cannibal. What you guys think? All right, that's it. Later.
Is he referring to the death of Court?
So
wait, I don't want to say that.
Sea Snake and the Cannibal, he's saying, right?
Yeah, this is he's I believe he's asking about like, let's say I don't think it's tinfoil, but tinfoil type theory. It's not something for first episode season 1. I don't think it's appropriate for the stream, unfortunately.
If it's a theory, we could talk about a theory because it's not real. We don't know if that's true.
But the theory is based on something real that happens.
Yeah.
Way ahead.
All right, we want to talk about that.
It's difficult to address that theory. My answer is yes, 100%.
Yeah, I think there's a connection there too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would have to say I'm not sold.
I guess we can say it pretty vaguely. Yeah, there's a connection there. I'll go with that. Good stuff, Gray.
Make sure that again you can subscribe, you can become a member. You know how to do it. Stuff like all this shit, become a member. We got a bunch of new members. Truly appreciate it. You can also leave a voicemail. The number is right there on the stream, right there. Going across the call 781-990-8509. You can ask Gray area questions. You ask area questions. Bridge 4. You don't get this opportunity every day.
I want to ask you a question. Oh, sorry, did I cut you off?
No, go right ahead.
All right, so So John Haymaker, he tries to avoid trailers and whatnot. So I apologize. Like I mentioned Joust earlier, and I thought it was safe because it's in the trailers. So I'm going to mention something from a trailer, but in a very non-specific way. You guys can let me know if we can answer this or not. There is a dragon in the trailer, one of the most, or maybe in one of the most recent footages, that has like almost like a beard, something under his or her neck. What dragon is that?
Are you talking about the one that's like on that steeple? Looking?
Yeah,
It's
like on a cliff.
Vhagar.
It's got to be
Vhagar.
Vhagar, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I am
At
convinced
first,
it
I
is,
was
but-
thinking, what's the old king's dragon? Vermithor?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
Vhagar. It's big. It's got the gullet. Is that what that's called? The gullet? That's
Oh, you're right. They do talk about like horses going down like a dragon's gullet.
You know what I mean? So I think that's what it is and everything. I think that without a shadow of a doubt, it's Big V.
They made Vhagar the bearded lady. That's fucked
I
up.
love it.
Yeah, we do have
Vhagar being played by Kathy
bearded
Bates.
dragons, so you would think. I think they did it. You know, she's old. You know, the grandma dragon. You know what I mean? But she's like a grandma. You know, your grandma. She's old, but she's still getting your ass. Your grandma. You know, especially if you have a black grandma. I don't know. My grandma, my mama was. I didn't fuck with mama. I knew it would go down.
The wooden spoon, Tony. I don't know if you got the wooden spoon. I just get the wooden spoon.
Oh, my grandma. My mama was
Can
from
I-
projects, from Marcy Projects, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like it came out of her quick. Like she was Jehovah's Witness, but when you got on the bad side, you realized that she was really from the projects. That's what it is.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of comments I've been seeing is House of the Dragon the next Game of Thrones? Is it going to be better than Game of Thrones? And is it going to have the same excitement that Game of Thrones had because we already know what happens?
I'm going to say this. From what I've seen so far, and I thought this before I'd seen anything, that this had a better chance to be better than Game of Thrones strictly because it's a more condensed story. It doesn't go from here to here to here. It's right there, and it's a complete story. So for those reasons, I always thought that it had a chance to be better. But when I watched this first episode, if I had to compare it to the first episode of Game of Thrones, let's do that real quick, right, guys on the top. That's a toss-up. It's really hard. The first episode of Game of Thrones is an amazing episode. I mean, you really can't deny that. How much you may hate Dan Dave, that number one episode is a really good episode. It's definitely right there with it. Is it better than it? I can't tell you that, but it's not. It's right there. It's right on. It's right there. I mean, that's the only way I can say. What about you, Phil and Bridget?
Well, okay. My good buddy Carmine said in his review of it, non-spoiler, he made a good point. The thing that separates, I think, the original one and this one is the end with Bran getting pushed out the window, because that's such a cliffhanger kind of thing that you feel like you want to bump right into that next episode. But as quality level, Tony, you're absolutely right. I think quality wise, from what I saw in this first episode, this is gonna check the boxes and dot all the T's and cross all the I's, and I know what I said. I think that's going to be very successful. Whether it reaches the same general public degree of excitement, I'm not sure, because there's a lot of people that are just convinced they're not going to like it before they even watch it. So I think what it's going to do is create new fans and build a new audience around the show, and then the hardcore Song of Ice and Fire fans that are understanding the quality, or to keep this pushing this through as it picks up at steam as it goes, and it's going to be the most popular at the end, as shows do. It's going to keep getting more popular as it goes. Similar, so it's going to have a similar track as the original series. But I don't know if it's going to cross into the public zeitgeist in that same way. But I agree with Tony in the way that the beginning to end story has potential to be a better beginning to end story. And the building blocks were definitely set up.
Yeah, John, listen, Italian moms weren't playing either with them damn spoons.
No, dude, my Auntie Weezy was whacking me the F with that spoon all over the kitchen, Tony.
All right, Bridge, what do you think?
Yeah, so it's when I watched the first episode of season 1, Game of Thrones season 1, episode 1, right? I didn't even know that there were books at the time, and the way they developed it was great because it was easy to follow. It started off with fantasy, like the prologue, basically, right? Had the fantasy element, then it went into the political drama. It was almost, you could say, it was a perfect starting episode. It's difficult for me to say the same thing about this one, not because I don't think it is. I think it might be. It's just that I already know all these characters while I'm watching it. So I don't really know what it's like to be in the shoes of someone who doesn't know these characters, right? So ultimately, they're going to be the ones that decide it. For me, someone who knows these characters, it wasn't even a home run. It was a grand slam. It was absolutely perfect. And to play devil's advocate to what Red Team Review said, Carmine, I completely disagree. No spoilers. This episode ends with a major bombshell, like total bombshell.
I think so too. I think
huge.
It is big, but let's put it like this, and this is what I think he's saying about it.
Yeah, it's different. It's a different type of bombshell.
Yeah, like my ex-girlfriend that I was with, like I tried to get her to watch Game of Thrones, right? And when we watched the first episode, I was like, all right, I got to go to bed. I got to work in the morning. She was like, I need to find out what happened to the little boy. The little boy, I got to find out what happened to the little boy. Now, that's what someone who never read a book or anything, that's what you got into. This bombshell that comes, I think you have to know the books or have watched Game of Thrones in order for it to affect you that way. If you didn't do those things, I don't think it has the same effect on you. And probably, I don't know, I'm here defending Carmine. Carmine, I'm defending you here, bro. All right.
No, that's 100% accurate. But the thing is, we're talking about two different stories, right? So something like House of the Dragon, it's already in the zeitgeist. It doesn't have to start from nothing. It's starting from the biggest show ever. This show is going to be massive. I think it's going to blow away the records that the previous show already set. The show is going to kill it.
I think when the ratings come in tonight from how many people watched it, people are going to be shocked.
Yeah, it's going to be massive.
It's going to be crazy.
Can I just say quickly, I really hope HBO has its shit together tonight.
And they HBO Max.
And HBO Max has their stuff prepared because they know how many people are going to be tuning in. Personally speaking, I have it playing currently in the background, so I'm already in the app. So once it hits 9 o'clock, I'm good, hopefully. But I just don't want another Euphoria where it took forever just to get the first episode to stream. So, everybody get your fingers crossed. Good.
Yeah, HBO is notorious about that. Back in the HBO Go and HBO Go days, it would be like that too. You'd be trying to refresh. It's 9:05, it's 9:07. You keep refreshing it, and the AMC Plus app crashed.
They crashed. I'm about to say
2 or 3 times with Better Call Saul.
Wow.
Can I just throw out something here? Since you guys are my friends, I'm like literally the only person to cover Euphoria. I happen to love the show. I didn't even realize how big a show it was until I started getting some views, whatever. Why don't you guys cover it? It's a massive show and it's incredible.
We do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Aura does cover it.
Well,
great. I'm going to cover it. I watched it, but I didn't cover it. I'm also watched Succession. I didn't cover that either. And I also watched Severance with me and Phil were supposed to cover that, and we didn't get a chance to. But I'm going to cover all those shows. Those girls do. That means we can all do podcasts with those two and get everything going.
But just don't tell everybody else. Let's just keep it to us.
Let me get to these super chats real quick. Juan says, Tony, I saw you first at the con in Nashville. You are great. I love this show already. Let me just say that I love that comment. I know it's true, but I love to hear it, so keep saying it. All right, but I appreciate. I 100% appreciate this plan.
Donate again and say it again.
I 100% appreciate that. And we got CS, the director, says, "Salute, Tony. I want to make your bottom red with the brown coming out with it."
What?
The first episode was lackluster. Emma.
Oh, get that out.
Mods.
Thanks.
Oh,
I mean, expected, but bro, really?
Why? Why, if you see something and we're on a stream where we're not saying spoilers, why do you gotta let everybody know?
I didn't even
donate money to do it.
I dropped.
Yeah, like what the hell? I've been waiting 3 years for House of the Dragon, and people were hitting me up like the episode leak. I've been waiting 3 years.
First
I'm
I
not
was-
about to watch that shit on somebody's
Well,
iPhone or none of that
yes
shit.
and no,
Like,
because
I want to
Same.
see it in 4K.
right when I heard the first line and I
Same.
read it and I said that, your bottom right, I didn't get that. Like that sounded a little crazy to me. I should have stopped right there.
Yeah, the mods can't delete super chats.
Yeah, the mods can't delete super
It's
chat.
also a dicey thing. Like, picture being a mod, like, well, they paid. It's like an awkward situation, even if they
Yeah,
could
it
delete
is
it.
an awkward situation.
Yeah.
But you know what? I appreciate it, but come on, man, for real.
Yeah, honestly, just
Let's
be better.
real.
Like,
Why
what's up?
not just
Yeah.
have respect for people up in here?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Have respect for your people up in here. And why be that guy? You know what I'm saying? That it just doesn't make any sense. So, I mean, I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Let's go.
Anyway.
Anywho,
let's keep it pushing. So sorry, Bridge. Yes, the girls do cover Euphoria.
Did you
Yeah,
do
that's fair.
episode breakdowns or did you do long form podcast?
me, Gray, and Chloe from Girls Gone Canon, we used to do after shows for Euphoria.
Nice.
And then Gray and I both did separate videos, like trailer breakdowns and
Nice.
like theories and all that good stuff.
Couldn't do it every day. I couldn't.
All right, so let's going back to House of the Dragon, and that is about to premiere tonight. All right, so we know that you are looking forward to see Daemon. Ara, did you say who you were looking forward to seeing? Did we hear that from you? You said a dragon, right?
Well, besides Caraxes, I'm really it was Rhaenys and Corlys I was most
Ooh.
excited to see. But then you said like we're gonna get more Rhaenys probably a little later, maybe something like that. I don't know. I'm just ready for her. I love her. That's my mom and that's my dad. Well, that's me and Alicia's mom and dad. So yeah. We're excited to see our parents.
I read this one first. Monica says, "Great area. I miss your videos. I already watched your video from today."
Thank you, Monica.
And Gray Area is one of the greatest YouTubers of all time. Not just a YouTuber and everything else, but he's just a great person all around.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I've given you props. Let me tell you, the praise I have given you, everyone knows. But if ever, and if I hit this 100,000 sub thing, watch the praise that I give to you on that stream. You shall see it overflowing like that. One says, "Gray Area. I'm a fan of yours as well. As a book reader, I love that they haven't cut out any plots from the book material. Daemon will carry this show." What do you think, Gray? Do we need Daemon to carry the show in order for this show to be successful?
I don't think they need him to carry it, but I think he's one of the he has to be right. He has to be right. Like, I don't think like Lord Lionel Strong, like I don't think it'll matter if he's not 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But Daemon got to be 100%. It's Daemon Targaryen. It's one of the. It's George's favorite character.
Is it George's favorite character, Daemon?
Yeah, it's one of his favorite characters.
All right. His wife's is Arya, right? His wife is Arya's favorite character. I agree that Daemon. I keep saying Daemon. My God, Daemon. I agree that he is a very important character, and I believe that without him doing what he's supposed to do, it just doesn't work. I mean, I heard a lot of backlash on the casting and everything else, but I think he is. It has to go, and I think that if people would have seen him, Matt Smith, play other roles, they would have said he got it. But I think he is very important. But I don't think that he is the most important person in this dance. I think it has to be Rhaenyra. And the Rhaenyra Alicent duo together has to carry this whole situation. If they don't pull their weight, then the show's not going to work without them, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that because they're the foundation of the story of the show. But I think Daemon needs to be. I'm going to compare this and talk about goddamn How I Met Your Mother here. But you could say that Ted is the star of the show, but Neil Patrick Harris is the guy that steals the show every week. I think Daemon is going to be the Barney Stinson of the series in the sense to he's the one that's you're gonna go out of every episode going, but he's not necessarily the foundation of the emotional core, which is Lily and Marshall or Ted in his myriad of Rolodex of romances. So I didn't think I was going to compare How I Met Your Mother to House of the Dragon tonight, but I think it's an apt comparison.
I agree with you there, definitely. Go ahead, Bridge.
So when I think about books like so Brandon Sanderson, right? Most of what he writes is third person or rolling third person limited, meaning you have a bunch of different viewpoint characters, right? George R.R. Martin, the same thing. Arya, Jaime, Cersei. The ensemble cast, like Gray was saying, you need him to be good, but him being good is not enough to carry the show. You're going to need a lot of people to be good. So this is the type of show, just like if you read like sort of like a young adult book or whatever, it could be first person point of view, or even The Last Kingdom. Technically, it's like you're really following around Uhtred for the most part. But something like Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, you need a bunch of these characters to kill it. And so far he is killing it. I'll give you that without spoiling anything. He did great in episode 1. Yeah, maybe he's the best. I don't know. I've never seen him. I was like, first of all, let me say this real quick. So Baelor Breakspear, I consider him like my favorite male Targaryen, as in like he's the best character. He's the best guy. Like I'd want it, but Daemon is like my favorite male Targaryen character. Thus, like for me, he had to kill it, and yeah, he did. He did awesome.
Yeah. I just hope they don't do like what Vikings did. So Vikings made Vikings like really about Ragnar, and they didn't like bring in his sons. Like they brought Bjorn, but Ivar and like the other ones, they came more like to the front and center later.
It was a shock too. It was like,
yeah, it was kind of like we don't care about them. Where's Ragnar? And Ragnar's dead.
So they focused on the one character, but thus when he wasn't in the scenes, it felt less important.
Yeah, when they finally killed him, the show was so much about him that it almost felt like a spin-off, the next cast, like when like the main actor leaves the show and all the other ones need to step up and take over. And you're right, and it's not a discredit to the guy who played Ivar, who got better as time went on, but it was great. You're right. It was
Ivar. I don't want to go.
He got better in the last season. He got better in the last.
This is a thing where the contact lenses go wrong with Ivar.
Yes,
right?
the big blue.
First they went with these contacts and they pull them off, and then everything else. Ragnar was too good, and I think that the same thing I said this before happened with Game of Thrones, that they killed off too many of the great actors. I know that's the show, I know that's the books, but when you got to replace Charles Dance and Sean Bean, right, and Michelle Farley, when I look at the other actors, it's not their fault. Sophie Turner and Macy Williams, a young girl, they can't have that same presence on screen. Kit Harington, it just didn't ever capture that again to me. When you killed these people up, it never was the same. So let's hope that something like that doesn't happen. JC has a super chat. We're going to answer this in a non-spoilerly way. They says, how was Mysaria in episode 1? I will say Mysaria was great. You know what I mean? I remember, like, when I think of Mysaria, I think of a very good night and a full moon being out. That's what I think about her. And, you know, and it's just shining on your body and stuff like that in a good night. That's the way I would think about it when I think about her. But I think she did a tremendous job. We have other guests in here. I'm looking at lips. I see them looking at me.
Ooh.
All right. First and foremost, let's bring in other people in here again from Dire Wolf City. Also rocks with me and Phil on certain things, and she has already agreed to do the She-Hulk. Were we supposed to do She-Hulk or something else? I don't know about that. Alicia's in the building right now. Hi, how are you? She's good, I guess.
I'm good. I can't quite see myself. Can you guys? Okay, here we go.
All right. How are you?
I am. I'm having hardcore technical issues. I'm all right. I'm excited.
So can you throw up a sorry, real quick? Can you throw up a
yet that it's tonight?
Tone, can you do a chat to write a comment and just put non-spoiler at the top and pin it so that people come into the chat? 'Cause I think people are mistakenly talking about spoilers, not even realizing that it's a problem.
Well, I have mods. I would have to go on YouTube to do it.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also from Dire Wolf City, the one, the only Nim is in the building. All right.
Gangs on here.
So when we look at, it's funny when we look at the your picture on stream here, all I can see is your lips. It just shows your lips. I thought that's the way you come. Everyone else would be looking through and you can see it. That's why I was like, oh, maybe she's got to adjust the camera first. Nim, how are you?
I'm here. I'm good. How are you?
I am glad that you are here.
Thank you so much for having us on.
That you already, my bad. All right. So C, as the director, is apologizing for the other comment that he left. He did not realize it was not spoiling, and that's why. So, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. I understand what you're saying, but and hopefully somebody can just put it in the chat. There's no spoilers going on here. You know what I mean? Jackie C, put it in there. Dire Wolf City, that's their they have a new channel. Subscribe to their channel and help these ladies out and get that thing popping up in there and stuff like that. All right, we have new people here. Let's go through y'all too. Expectation. First of all, have you seen the first episode? No? Alicia?
Nope.
No.
All right. What are your
I'm not gonna watch.
expectations?
I'm with MJ. I'm not just gonna watch legged version.
All right. Listen, see, I'm from a different
Expect my
generation. I'm
face
from
to be
Queens, New
blown
York.
off.
I'm from Queens, New York. I've watched bootleg everything. Right now, I didn't watch this bootleg. I watched this. HBO gave me the screener a long time ago, but I ain't against. I ain't gonna lie. I done watched everything bootleg.
Okay, big time.
That's just the way I grew up.
I got the screener.
I got the screener. Okay,
Oh,
Tony.
You better
Okay.
My
Net official. All right.
You can get one too if you want it. It's not hard. I'm not the only one. All right. What are y'all expectations for this episode and the season as a whole?
I think the first episode, we're probably going to get a lot of politics, and I'm with that. I think it's going to be very heavy in explaining where it's going before it jumps into the action, because there's going to be so many casual viewers that have no idea what the whole premise of the show is. They're just like, yeah, dragons and Targaryens, but there's so much like political turmoil that goes along with it that I'm hoping we get a lot of political stuff in the very beginning. And then I just want slut dragons. I don't care what happens after that.
There will be a bunch of slut dragons. I think. All right.
Alicia, can you hear us, honey?
Alicia, it's your turn.
Alicia, you're lagging really
yes,
bad.
I'm just smiling like an idiot. Like, yeah. Dang it. Can you put me backstage for a couple minutes, Tony?
I can do that. All right. Let me give a shout out to a new member just rocking with us, the Don Tony Teflon, top tier CJ. Thank you for becoming a new member on Teflon TV. 100%. You know what I mean? If you want to be a member, people become a member. Teflon TV. You get your own thug mug. You get to have emojis. I have emojis of Nim. I have an emoji of Gray. I have an emoji of Alicia. I have emoji of the whole and I eat zebra whole pod. I can't put them out yet until I get more members. And then when I do, Gray already seen it. Already sent it to it. I ain't gonna put it out there without their approval and stuff like that.
It's fly, y'all. It's fly.
It is, So I wouldn't. So come get in there and I'll put those emojis out. You got emoji of Bridge 4. Everyone spam Bridge 4 emoji if you're a member in the chat, right? Bridge, did you see the emoji of yourself yet?
I saw emojis. I didn't know who was who, and I have really bad eyesight, so I couldn't really see them. I just see colors.
Spam the Bridge 4 emoji.
Which one is me? Is it one of those little four?
They're gonna spam it right now, so you can see it. Spam the Bridge 4 emoji so people can see the Bridge 4 emoji, so he can see himself in this situation.
With the hat on, or?
Yeah, you have a hat on.
You're making him blush.
Audrey, thank you so much for becoming a new member. And Morgan, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Salute to both of y'all. Truly appreciate it. Alicia, when you're ready to come in here, you know what I mean, let me know. when you're ready to come back, and we'll bring you right back and everything. All right, so we'll go.
It looks like, real quick, it looks like I'm wearing a helmet.
Listen, I have more Bridge 4 emojis, not just that one. This is only I got like 8 of them. Don't worry. So we're gonna put more out there and everything else. So we got a bunch of them out there for you and everything else. All right, let's go through it right now. We're still talking about. We're not doing any spoilers. The top half of this have seen the episode. The ladies have not seen this episode. All right, so we're gonna ask them the question that we asked everyone else. Then we'll call it. Nim, what character are you looking most forward to seeing?
Damon. He's my favorite. I'm so excited to see Daemon. Matt Smith is one of my favorite actors. And when I heard that he was cast, I was super excited. I've been incredibly excited for months and months and months. And I just can't wait.
Have you seen him in multiple roles? Has he done different types of acting, or is he really good at one? Yeah.
No, he's got a lot of range as an actor. He was the 11th Doctor in Doctor Who, and he was very goofy and flamboyant almost. He was very funny and jovial and goofy, I guess is a good word. But then he played a young Prince Philip in The Crown. He was very serious. He was very studious. And I actually think we're going to see a lot of similarities between his character in The Crown as Prince Philip and as Daemon. They were both very close to royalty. You knew they would never sit their ass on the throne, so they went and made their own way in life. And I feel like he's going to bring a lot of that like studiousness from that role into this one. And I'm really excited to see it coupled with a dragon. It's going to be great.
We have Elamar in the building from the Lady to Die podcast. Do me a favor if you can. Spam the Elamar emoji. That's right. We have the Elamar emoji.
Elamar, I miss
Spam
you.
the Elamar emoji so everyone can see. She can see it herself on there.
Can I throw out something here? Non-spoilery, but as someone who has seen episode 1, it sort of confirms something that I thought, right? So we've read the story. Most of us have read the story, and we know high level what's going to happen. So in our heads, we're like, yeah, but we're waiting to see the details, right? That's what we keep telling ourselves. Mm-hmm. When you watch episode 1, all of a sudden it's gonna hit you. You're like, these are the details, and you're gonna fall in love with the show immediately. Like within however many 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes of episode 1. You're like, wow, we're finally going to get all the details. It's really, I think the episode was absolutely fantastic. I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Yeah, I agree that the episode, as I said, did the job.
Yeah.
It fleshes out the book so well. It's so hard because we didn't have a lot to go by. And they took what they got from there and really fleshed out these characters. Go ahead, Z.
Quick question for you guys. Just because I saw some talk on Twitter, have they shown the title, the opening credits yet?
Ooh, no. I actually wanted to ask.
I didn't see. I didn't see it.
Nope.
I wanted to ask Bill and Tone that. So there was no intro music. Like, do you guys think it's going to have the same intro music or something new? And also the intro credits, they're going to be new for sure. But what about the song? Is it a new song?
Pete Easy in the building rocking with us.
Yeah,
right
I assume it's going to be a brand new song, and that's why with all the screeners or all the things that they're releasing, they're trying to keep that completely tight-lipped. Tony, whenever you're ready, we do have a couple of voicemails.
All right, we're going to get to voice. I will say that from the screener, and I'm not bragging, Gray, that I've seen, they did not. I'm just playing. They did not.
Dropping some names over here.
They did not put any of. That's what I was looking for. In all honesty, I was looking to see what the opening was going to be, if they were going to change it up or anything, or if there's going to be a different song or anything, and they did not put any of that in there at all. So I could not even tell, and that was it. So, but I'm anxious to see what the opening credits going to be. I think it's going to be the same. When you have an iconic opening like that, I think you do the same thing, just touch it up a little bit with different locations and make it look better. But I think you do the exact same thing. That's what I would do with it. That's the way I would do it.
There were one or two moments in the audio for the episode that kind of did a return to the Game of Thrones theme for like 1 or 2 seconds in the episode, one at the end and then one at the beginning. So maybe.
All right,
I think it'll be different. Right. So they can like further distance themselves from the show.
But do you think it'll be more of like, are they going to use a Targaryen theme in the intro? Like, because Targaryen theme's a little like, it's bold, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like from a business standpoint, I feel like they should use some sort of like they should use the original theme and just change it a little bit. I feel like that'd be the best business move.
Well,
but
they put it as Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah.
Right. So they're not trying to distance themselves from Game of Thrones. So for
That's
that
true.
reason, I think they're going to try to draw those people in. Let's play this voice.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, we got 2 voicemails, one from 510 and one from 708. Thank you so much. And this is our first voicemail from I don't know. This is an interesting one.
Great, I agree.
Yes, hello, this is Old Man, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on the recent disrespect for elders in the fandom. The way they're talking about Hagar is just unacceptable. Children these days, they need a good clout on the ear, all of them. Everyone ought to listen to Rhaenys. And maybe if we let Daemon chop off a few more cocks, we could put someone qualified on the throne. Rubbish. All the High Lords.
I don't know. Love you guys.
Oh,
God damn, old man.
Thank you, old man.
Whose grandma is
Wow.
flipping out like that?
Dirty grandma. Oh my goodness.
Sheesh.
Oh, man. Who did this?
Hodor.
Oh, man. You see, that's what happens when you take the Hodor. You start sounding like that.
Exactly, Tony. My goodness. And we got area code 708.
Hey guys, it's Lord Corlys Whitefire. I don't have a question. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a thank you for everything you've done for the community over, however many years you guys have been doing it. I mean, it's been a long time, but I can truly say that the hype for me personally, and probably for most of the people in the chat, wouldn't be as high as it is if it wasn't for you guys. And I know obviously the newer streams, have picked up a lot of attention just because it's more relevant with the show about to air. But for me, it was those streams right after the original series stopped that really made me appreciate just, everything that you guys offer to the community, because it would have been so easy to linger on the negativity and how much D&D and HBO fucked that up. But it was you guys who consistently came out with new content, kind of reminding us why we love Game of Thrones and why we fell in love with the story that George created, and for us to be hopeful for things that could possibly come in the future. And now we kind of come full circle, and here we are with something that potentially could be even more promising than the original series. So I just want to give you guys a huge shout out. You guys mean so much to our community, and honestly, the hype just wouldn't be what it was without you guys. I mean, I'm chilling at work on a random work day, and I get a message from Tony, or I get a notification that Tony's interviewing Steve Toussaint. I'm like, what the fuck? Christmas came early as shit. But yeah, just thank you guys. And Bridge, I'm going to need you to chill on your yen shit, because I already got to deal with Henry Cavill having his hands all over. There's no way I'm going to compete with your ass too. So I'm going to need you to, kind of lay off of that. All right. See you guys. Bye.
Great voicemail. Thank you so much.
100%
That was Lord Corlys Whitefire,
That was
right?
awesome.
I think
yeah.
so.
100% salute to that.
That was badass.
That I don't know, I'm not gonna cry, but if I was gonna cry, I would right now. And I mean this means the world to me. I'm sure the Gray, to all content creators, Bridge, Phil, Zebra, and then everyone who's been doing this for a long time. Lightbringer in the chat. We've been here for a long time, and as Gray says, she's here to get you through the long night. The night was long. It was long.
Full of terror.
And really thanks to y'all for sticking with us through the long night. You know what I mean? And representing for us and being there with us. So truly appreciate the comment 100%, man. You know what I mean? And I know all that. And I'm sure every other creator out there, you know what I mean, appreciates people like you who truly, truly appreciate us. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, man. Everything what 100%. As Edward Martin, we highlight the comments. It's saying it's right here. Gray, Don, LML, Quinn, totally got me some mercy. And definitely give a shout out to my man Quinn. You know what I mean? 50 grand right there and everything else. Had a great time hanging out with him and everything else. And thank you so much, man. I don't know what to say. That you got the done. You know what I mean. Lost for words and stuff. You got Huron standing back. I remember you riding back in the day. We're back. Never forget the mighty. I remember when I had 300 subscribers. I remember when I had less than that. You know what I mean, and everything else. And so it really, AK is in the building, and everyone in Charlie from Westeros was just here and everything else. You know what I mean. So it's been a long haul, you know what I mean? And I appreciate anyone who stuck with me and stuck with all my people throughout this haul and everything else. We definitely Truly appreciate it. You know what I mean?
I'm not crying. It's just been raining on my face.
I just want to say shout out waterproof mascara because
I want to actually throw this out there. So some people are criers and some aren't. Like with fiction, I'm a crier. Happy tears and sad tears, both of them. I teared up multiple times in episode 1. Happy tears and love. No, it's mainly it's happy tears. These people, it's because we've read these books or so many years ago, right? And then you see these characters and you see the love that they have for each other, and I'm like, they really came to life in this episode. Like when someone basically, okay, this is non-spoiler, but someone will say something and someone else will like stick up for them. I get like teary eyed. I'm like, oh my God, they do love that person. It's so good. Yeah, it's awesome.
I think they definitely hit that right there. Thank you, Ron Parker, for the super chat. I can't see what it is.
It's $20. That's a big one.
I thank you for the super chat.
Wait, real quick, can I just say this? Are you Phil and Tone? You guys are probably pumped. Like I'm pumped to rewatch the episode when it drops officially. I think that speaks to how good the episode is.
I'm watching it. Listen, I'm watching it. Are you crazy?
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching it. I can't wait to watch it. You know what I mean? It's going to be amazing.
Someone actually asked earlier in the chat. It's a 10 episodes. I said yes, but I'm not even positive.
Yes,
it's a 10 episode season, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
I think that the bad thing is going to be when it ends, because I'm hearing it's going to do 4 seasons. People are going to be so upset. It should go longer.
It doesn't matter. They're never leaving Westeros. If this is successful, they're never leaving Westeros. That is their golden goose. It is their Marvel universe for
It's a germ CU.
It's the gift that keeps giving. Like they could even, I think they do have that show in development of the Sea Snake's voyages, like his 9 voyages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then there's like something else in production, like
the
Jon Snow show.
Jon Snow
and Duncan Egg as well is out there.
There's some animation stuff, but honestly, with what's going on with HBO Max and WB, I don't want to get into that here.
Yeah, and they're canceling all the animated series. I'm so worried about Harley Quinn right now.
But. I know. I was really looking forward to the Duncan Egg show.
Yeah, Duncan Egg is one of the stories.
I think Duncan Egg should be a cartoon.
It would be.
I do too. It would be a fantastic show.
In the style of like Invincible or something, like that kind of animation.
I would love that. Yeah.
Ultimately, we spoke about
him in the head like that, though. I don't think people would want to see. Can't be threatening to hit him in the head.
When Baylor breaks.
Omni-Man just shows up and.
All right, let me take these super chats real quick. Kelly Johnson says B4 was right about the real reason for the conquest. B4 was that. So
B4 from Star Trek.
We'll find out. There have been interviews with George R.R. Martin and stuff offline, so there's a lot of speculation out there. We'll find out as the season plays out.
Mod Mary says sending love to Tone, Kevin, MJ, Phil, and all the Direwolf City crew. Shout out to David Lightbringer and Quinn. I'm very excited to see our extended family all together. Hot D brings folks together. Now, I don't like the name Hot D. All right.
I think it's so fucking corny.
Who started that, George?
I ain't looking for no Hot D.
Oh, you want some hot D? I'm gonna give you a tip. You want some hot D? Shut the fuck up.
Who started that? Was it George R.R. Martin?
I don't know, but it's corny. It's like,
I found out about it like yesterday or today. So I was on a live stream where someone said Hot D. I assumed they were talking about Daemon. I was like, listen, I'm as straight as they come, but I could kind of see it. He's my favorite character. He's pretty cool. Turns out I found out like a week later they weren't talking about Daemon.
Amber Muse, thank you for the super chat. Says just so happy Hot D is finally here. Love you guys. Thank you so much. We love you too. Listen, I'll go with it. I'll go with it. You want to call Hot D? I'll go with it. I'm here for it. You know what I mean? What up to my man Fernandez? See in the building. He's also a member. I see him up in there and everything. Alicia, you good?
Am I? Can you hear me?
You are. Yes,
Yeah.
I can hear you. There it is.
Ooh,
We are good.
okay.
All right.
There might be a slight lag.
No, it's all right. You're good. You know what I mean? Let's go through a couple of questions that you didn't get a chance to answer. Who are you looking most forward to seeing?
Rhaenys Targaryen, the queen who never was.
That was very fast. And why would you like to see her?
Because she just
Mom
emits. She's mom, first of all. And, as Boyz II Men says, I can never go a day without my mama. You know, she just emits strength, power, just nonchalant, unbothered, but at the same time, you can tell she can command a room. And these are the things that we're getting from the stills and the trailer. So I think she's very much going to, I think they want her to do her own thing. I don't think they necessarily want her to be an Olenna, but I guess if we were to make comparisons, I think she's going to be a younger Olenna that actually has a dragon.
All right. Now, you know, I asked, we talked about this a little bit earlier. So let me ask you ladies this. Now, there have been comparisons, right, of Otto Hightower being like Tywin Lannister. If he was, I'm not saying how he's going to come across, I don't know. But if he was like Tywin Lannister, would that work for you? Or do you think that they'd be doing the same thing over?
They'd be
Mandy,
doing
read
the
them
same
for
thing
Phil.
over.
Mandy, read it for Phil, please, Mandy.
So, okay. A couple of weeks ago, we did a comparison episode of characters from House the Dragon to characters from Game of Thrones and ways in which they have parallels, right? And I did find a couple of parallels between Tywin and Otto, but Otto is like bitch made Tywin. Like if Tywin was bitch made, you know? So like
Poor man's Tywin.
He's like
great value.
He's like a very desperate Echo, like the Equate Walmart version.
He's the
I spent
Tywin we have
$1,
at
so I
home.
guess I'll take it home. Right.
Tywin,
Mom, can we stop for Tywin? There's Tywin at home. The Tywin at home is fucking Otto Hightower. So like, yeah, maybe, but maybe if they played him up and made him a little bit more competent, he could be seen as a comparison, but the only comparisons I saw were very, very minimal.
He wants to be Tywin. Like he wants
Right.
to be. Like he wants to admit that.
That
And
big dick energy.
Tywin would have never pushed Viserys to name Rhaenyra his heir, because Tywin would have already been a few steps ahead. Like, okay, I'm gonna have Cersei marry him. Hopefully, Cersei can give him some kids, and then those will be heir. Like Tywin would be like Sir Otto's more like Mace Tyrell, like capable, competent.
Like I feel like Otto
but
should have
not
spent
Tywin.
less time trying to bring Daemon down and more time trying to ingratiate himself to Daemon if he was so terrified that Daemon was going to take the throne. And that's the part where I'm like, I guess the thing I hate about Otto the most is just the goddamn audacity of it all. Like, imagine the stepdad coming home and suddenly telling the son that comes home from college, you're not welcome here, in the house that son from college grew up in. Like, yeah. It has big stepdad vibes.
Can I throw something out real quick?
It's just more reactive than proactive, I guess, would be the biggest distinction.
Something episode 1 points this out. Everyone already knows this. It's not really spoilery. Otto Hightower is not the oldest son. So it's like that never truly sank in until episode 1, that he's not the oldest son. But I mean, so a lot of you are probably smarter than me.
Hold on. Can I just say one thing?
That much audacity and you're son number 2.
Whereas who's the guy, Tywin Lannister, he's son number 1. Well, I mean,
Otto has big middle child syndrome.
Wait, can I just say something real quick? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry, guys. Guys, we're under an hour now.
No.
We have 59, probably almost 58 minutes to go until the episode comes on.
You know
I just wanted to make that announcement. Like we're there. We're like,
let me go through a couple of these super chats we got here.
Right.
Neil says this D show was the British accent so strong and got. I don't know how to take that. I do think that the British accent it was strong and got. Me personally, I thought that they did.
I'll throw out one thing. There's a character that's not from Westeros in this show, and when he or she spoke, it threw me for a loop for a second. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Different accent than people in Westeros.
Our girl Kiki says she loves all the hot D. She's about that life.
Okay, Kiki.
Hit up in the comments. All right. Kelly Johnson says they kept the Valyrian theme from GOT. I don't know if they did that for sure, If they did do that, I'm not sure if they would do that, but we shall.
Well, it would make
see.
sense if they did, because the theme is oft-times titled Fire and Blood.
And we have another one here from Fernando. He says, so happy today is the day. Shout out to Direwolf City crew. Can't wait to watch your stream tomorrow. That's right. The ladies will be on every Monday. What time is it Monday?
8:30.
8:30 Direwolf City every Monday at 8:30. Make sure you tune in to them. Let's go at the end of the show. When the show ends, if you're looking to talk right about it, you know who to hit up. That's Phil the Issues Guy, because he will be live right after the show goes on. What time is that going to be, Phil? I think you're muted.
Between 10:05 and 10:15.
10:05 and 10:15. Too late. You gotta go earlier.
That sounds like past my bedtime.
And T-Tabin, thank you so much for the super chat right there, the 5 minutes. I really, truly appreciate it.
He's saying 10:05 Eastern Standard Time. That's like 5 minutes after the episode ends. That's as early as he can go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You get 10:05.
Yeah.
9:55, Phil.
I will say this. It's like a 58-minute episode. I don't know if you consider
that's
that
why
spoilery.
that's why I said 9:05, because it's a long episode. It goes the full hour.
So he now has 7 minutes instead of 5. Got it.
I would be doing it well.
I gotta walk the dog and pee and like, God, why?
You know, everything else like that. Listen, again, if you want to become a member of the Teflon TV, please join the channel. You get really cool stuff and everything else. And also, I'm going to tell you this: if you're a member on Teflon TV, I'm going to be bringing back the After Dark streams. But
my God!
But only the members. It's going to be a member thing,
Oh,
right?
Members only.
Members only.
They are going to be deleted still right afterwards, right?
Yes, we're gonna.
Okay, because my coworkers are finding me, and I just
they are not on my show. Yeah. They ain't find that. I
don't think so, not yet.
I had my daughter hit me up. I left one up there one time, and my daughter hit me up. She was like, "Daddy, what is this After Dark with Tony thing?" I was like, "What are you talking about, Chloe?" She was like, "Oh, me and Mom was watching." I was like, "Oh, good, delete." I'm sorry about that.
No, my dad is such a huge fan of your channel, and I don't know why, but he keeps forgetting that we are good friends. So he's always like, "Do you ever watch Teflon TV? It's amazing." I'm like, "Dad, for the umpteenth time." However, if he finds the After Dark streams, because he's a night owl, so if he's just like, "Ooh, I'm gonna die,"
he ain't gonna like me no more. He ain't gonna like. What's your pop's name?
Vernon.
What up, Vernon? What's going on, my brother? You know what I mean. Thank you for being down with the Don Tony Teflon. I truly appreciate it. You have a beautiful daughter. I 100% respect that, bro. Sonic, your boy. Thank you for becoming a new member. 100% appreciate.
I second that.
No, because for whatever reason, my dad's gonna be okay when Tony says it, but then he's gonna text me and be like, "Who's Bridge?"
Oh wait, I third it. Can we make this like a Spartacus moment?
I'm gonna be like, "Who's Bridge?" My sun and stars, Dad.
Let's go through some more of this episode, what we are expecting to see. Again, if you want to call in, please call in. Ask the ladies a question. They're waiting for you to ask them a question. They want to hear your voice. Go right ahead and do it. The call-in number is 781-990-8509. Make sure that you call in and ask the ladies a question and everything else. All right, continuing with this episode, we were going through. What was that?
Somebody still putting spoilers in the chat.
Reminder, this is a spoiler-free stream.
Yeah, mods, take care of them. Whack them. Listen, if people constantly do it, then you have the right to get them out of here. I give you the wrench for a reason, all right? You know what I mean? I wish I could turn the wrench to a gun.
I just want to say that also need the compulsive need to post spoilers, I feel like stems from this desperation to feel cool because, look, I was one of the first people to watch it, so I need to be relevant. And I will say to that, apparently research shows that hot showers kind of mimic being held for 5 minutes. I would suggest a hot shower so that, you know, you feel some sort of affirmation, some sort of love. Like, stop posting spoilers. Like, you don't look cool. Like, you think, anyway. Hot showers.
Oh, a weighted blanket. Right.
Weighted blankets really do help. One of those inflatable dolls that you can cuddle with in
Yeah,
bed.
get yourself a weighted. I have one of those inflated dolls myself.
Listen to some binaural beats, you know, the ones that are anti-anxiety.
It looks like
and
from
like,
Airplane, dude.
This is Judy right here. This is Judy.
Oh,
Judy looks scary.
Well, this turned into a Teflon After Dark stream really quickly.
This is the preview of what you can get from your membership of the After Dark.
Join now.
Judy, I was gonna.
Hey, do you remember that one time we drunkenly convinced Tony to give away a free rose? And he's like, "What's that?" And we're like, "Let me tell you." Anyway, guys, watch After Dark.
I did give it. Who won it? It was
They haven't been seen since.
Who won it? It was that I haven't heard from us in a long time.
I love that this person keeps paying you to talk shit about us.
Is that what's going on right here, Nico?
Yeah, he keeps saying we look like orcs. You could
Nico?
never. You could never
Wow.
delete your page.
Ayo, Nico.
You could never.
Nico,
I'm so
can
sorry.
I
Well, thanks
ban
for
you?
paying my friend to talk shit about us.
Like, honestly, that's a really sad thing to do.
Here's the part that's
We make
stupid. Like,
that-
you paid money to look like an idiot. You think I'm gonna affirm that? You gave your money so that we could just drag you to the ninth circle of hell and back publicly on live. Come on.
And guess what? You're not going to see this, but I blocked you. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, for real though. Can I say something? Like, honestly, if you're out there and you're still hearing this, it's pathetic. Honestly, seek some help. Can I? Sorry if I don't know if that's inappropriate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's
pretty
not,
pathetic, though.
because here's the thing. When you seek to make other people unhappy,
Yeah, it's sad.
you are a deeply miserable, unhappy
It's sad.
person. And to that, I say, go find love, because I think everybody needs love the way that we need food and water. And the reason people act nasty is because they don't have it. So go seek love.
I
Hot
think that
shower. Go get a hot shower.
Yeah, people who do things like that have relationships with cantaloupes, all right, and everything else. So let's move on from that situation and keep on moving. All right, this episode's about to air. We're only going to be on for 20 something on minutes, and then we're out of here. You know, we'll give you a chance to get ready and everything else. All right, let's go through some of the characters like we were going through before. Oh, we're going to ask. We didn't ask. Let me ask that. Whose side are you on, the blacks or the greens? Let's go through it right now. Blacks or the greens? We'll start from the bottom and work our way to the top. All right, Alicia, black or green?
All I have to say is that I'm black and I'm proud.
There we go. There it is. Gray.
So I'm team black, but Helena though.
Everybody in the chat, you can answer too.
I'm a Helena fan. Like, I like Helena, and I think she should be protected at all costs.
Zebra.
I'm rooting for everybody black.
Nim?
Team black, all the way.
Gray. I'm sorry. Bridge. We're right above it.
Oh, sorry. I historically have always said that I'm team blacks until I'm team Nettles. But no, I'm actually, I've been seeing things much differently lately when I've been reading stuff. My arms are open to both sides going into the story. I know where my heart's gonna lie with Nettles. Yeah, but my arms are open to everyone. Yeah.
No drugs, just hugs here. So, obviously, I know the beat points of the story, and by what I've accounted, Team Black, but I'm going into this series with a naked eye in the sense of watching it as a television presentation and seeing what direction the show pushes me from my allegiances in the scenes that I see. So I'm similar to Bridge. Everyone needs hugs right now, except for Daemon. I'm not going near him.
It's hard for me not to be with the blacks. It's hard. I'm black and I'm proud and say it loud, and it's hard. But I do think that there are points that Team Green makes that you could say that if people like Kiki, Phil, pick a side.
You pick a damn side. Give me time.
They are like absolutely having a fit in the chat. They're
I
like,
can see.
Bridges team fence.
I don't think
me
that
and Bridge are
Team
dancing
Green-
on that fence.
All right, so people say Team Green is not Team Frey. It's not that drastic. There was nothing good about the phrase at all, right? So I don't think it would be.
There was Fat Walda.
Yeah, all right, yeah, she was good. She made good noises too.
Let me throw this out there. I hate them. I hate them all. I hate them all. I was on a private chat with one of my friends offline. Like, I hate Ned Stark. All these high lords, they go like Robb Stark. He goes to war. Thousands and thousands of people die because of his father. Like, they're all scumbags, in my opinion. So, Team Blacks or Greens, screw them all. Team Nettles.
I agree. I think that you see that too with the Targaryens when you hear them and you hear them talking about like in like in the books and everything. Oh, we're like gods, or we're this, or we're that. Who are you, motherfucker? You know what I mean? So I could definitely hear you saying something like that without a shadow of a doubt. We have a couple of super chats here. Juan says, I'm Team Black without a doubt. I have a feeling that the lines will be drawn between the book readers and some people who are only show watchers. Yeah, I do think that it will be portrayed a little bit differently, and that people who just watch the TV show may not know, or they may not go into all the details there. What do y'all think about that? Do you think that a lot of the show watchers may say, hey, we're going to be Team Green because they didn't read the books?
Yeah, I do. I think that they're going to make Alicent sympathetic enough that Kristen Cole, everyone's creaming their jeans over him. So I guess there's going to be some Kristen Cole apologists out there as well. But,
I will not apologize for his actions.
And then you'll have the people that just genuinely hate Targaryen.
He's the bad boy. I'll fix
They'll
it.
be green.
I'm just saying he's one of the few white boys.
He just hurt.
I'm just saying. But no, I do. Writing off of what Mandy said, they're definitely going to make Alicent sympathetic. I think just because of what I've seen from the previews. I have not seen the bootlegged version of the first episode yet, but I noticed there's a little scene where she's tearing up the skin around her nails out of anxiety. So I think that Otto does a lot of pushing her and pushing her and pushing her. So I think at least with Young.
I think they're just going to play that up. I said, we know that she's been manipulated. I think they're just going to play that up.
Yes, definitely. And I think it is one of those things where, to Bridget's point as well, and Tony's, it's not like I think the Greens are 100% wrong. I just objectively feel like Rhaenyra was the rightful queen of Westeros. And I think like the Maesters did her dirty because she did reign for 6 months by right of conquest, and they're like, she's not one of the monarchs. She doesn't matter.
I said this in the stream with LML, and I'm going to say it right now. This is non-spoiling and everything else, but it's about book stuff, so take it as you want. But Kelly Johnson, thank you for super chat. Damon caught those Kristen Cole's hands. I think you could say that. And we have another super chat from Tasha. She says, Tanisha. She says, I love you guys. Thank you for all the content. We love you too. Thank you, man. All right. Can we blame her for bouncing? Like I blame her for bouncing back to Dragonstone. Like to me, there's no need to go to Dragonstone. When you go to Dragonstone and you're out there and you're hanging out there, to me it's like you tucked your tail and you ran. Like if it was my situation, I wouldn't have bounced to Dragonstone. Like I'm chilling in here. You're gonna see my ass every day. I'm not bouncing. I'm right here. And if she would have stayed her ass, all this stuff would not have happened. They would not have been able to get away with this bullshit if she was right up in it. I'm not going to talk about exactly the bullshit they got away with, but I'm saying she should have stayed her ass in Kingsland. There was no reason for her to bounce her ass back to Dragonstone. Go ahead, Gray.
I just wanted to say, Rhaenyra shouldn't have been fucking the help. Like she knows that her claim is hanging on. Like people are trying to come at her left and right. And what do? You decide to fuck Sir Harwin Strong and have fucking kids by him. Like, so she's Like, Rhaenyra, I love you so much, but girl. Sorry.
Listen, you can't.
Greg, can I say that
fall
literally
in love with- You're right.
that didn't click for me for years, right? Until like literally last week, I was like, wait a second. Yeah, Rhaenyra did some stuff. You know what I mean? It just didn't click until a week ago. Everything started to change for me. Now I'm on there's a certain guy. He's a baby monk. I'm on team baby monk.
She made a lot of decisions with hubris, for sure. Like, I think her decision to, as Gray puts it, fuck the help. Hate that term, by the way. That was hubris, because she honestly believed, like, I can do what I want. It doesn't matter. You know, it's not like her husband minds, clearly. And we love him for it, I guess. But
we love Rhaenyra.
She says in one of the previews to House of the Dragon that, you know, Targaryens are closer to gods than men. So it's that rule of exceptionalism that she was raised to abide by.
Should she have bounced the ass back to Dragonstone? Is that her
Okay, but from what I understand, she was sent back to Dragonstone by her dad.
Yeah, I think he tried to like keep them apart.
Yeah.
Are we getting into like? Because now we're getting into spoilers. Are we doing this?
What part of?
Okay, fair enough.
What time are we talking about when she goes back to Dragonstone? Because I think where I'm thinking is not what you guys are thinking.
Right before a huge event regarding Viserys.
That's what I was kind of thinking. Wait, no, I lied. That's not what I was thinking. I was thinking a huge event regarding Aegon and somebody that used to be cute but got mad uggo after they ran into the wrong person. And by somebody,
Council, like while the Green Council was going on, she's on Dragonstone.
Okay, that's what you guys are talking about. Okay, so my brain was totally clear. All right, I'm here now. My bad, guys.
Yeah, because at the time she was expecting another surprise and, you know, little joyful bundle.
You know, hey, those things happen. I'm not calling her Cersei Lannister, but I'm saying she ain't too far off. Let me just shout out to Michael Davies. Says, oh my God, all of my favorites in one spot.
Oh my God. Can you say oh my God again?
What do you want me to do?
Like, oh my God. Like, totally.
You were like so monotone. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I can't say it. There's no way I can say that.
All right. He says Team Green has the legality. Team Black has the morality.
Let me try to thug it out. Hey, yo, oh my God. All my favorite people out here in one spot, man. Team Green has the legality. Team Black has the morality. But I'm mostly Team Queen, who never was. Love all y'all. So happy to be sharing it with y'all this evening with all y'all. You know, I'm trying to thug it up a little bit. But oh my God, it ain't really no way I can put that out there. But I hear what you're saying. Listen, I feel what you're saying. You know what I mean? Rocking with the team, queen who never was, who, if you really get back to it, if she was the queen, you know what I mean, then all this doesn't happen. It really goes back to Jaehaerys's fault and everything else. She should have been named
like
queen.
So much else.
And that's just the bottom line. It really, there's no other excuse or anything else like that. Living my raps. I see my man Mogini Linguini up in the building rocking with us right there. Bareback Barbarians. If you want to know who that is, right? That's Mogini Linguini up in here and everything else.
Hey guys, I want to point out something for people who haven't yet seen the show. Put your phones down. Watch, because the show does a lot of, it jumps around. It shows reactions. Like, you know, someone will say something, it jumps to a reaction. You need to see it all. The episode is brilliant. It's the little reactions that people do. Put your phones down so you can see everything. It's not just what people say. It's what they show you on screen.
Blink.
Yeah. Like the first scene, for example, there's just keep your eyes out. There's just stuff happening in all these scenes. It's really good.
Yeah.
But don't look too hard, because that's what we're here for. Don't figure
out what you missed.
Don't figure it all out yourself.
That's what we're here for. We don't want
Good
competition.
Everything else. No, I think that everyone's gonna be pleasantly surprised with this episode, for real. I think that y'all gonna be very happy when you see this episode. If you're not, then I mean, I don't know. But then,
Like, I don't know how to help you, bruv.
But then this C says, F you, Bridge, you can't tell me what to do. You ain't my mama.
That's awesome.
I knew he was going to come back on camera just to be like, yeah. Camera's off again.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think that y'all are going to be very pleasantly surprised with this episode. And I think in the end, to me, I think it is what you want it to be. I think it's better than what you want it to be. My personal opinion. I think it's going to be better than what you want it to be. And I really think that it's hard to say it's going to be bigger than Game of Thrones. It's so huge. Could it be that big? Could it be bigger? It's hard to say it's going to be bigger, but it should be close. I mean, it's going to be a tight one. You know what I mean? It's going to be a tight one. Only time will tell.
I like tight ones.
Me too.
Sorry. Wrong stream.
Oh, I mean, we are talking about hot D, aren't we?
Yeah, but I don't think it's even going to be close. Like I know I'm an idiot, but like I'm an admitted idiot, but I think the show is going to blow away Game of Thrones, like way bigger. Because like, as I've always said in previous streams, if anyone who wasn't here in the off season, there's a lot of kids that like they grew up and they heard about Game of Thrones. They weren't old enough to watch it, and some of them started watching it towards the end, but some of them were like, oh, I didn't see the first 5 seasons. They're all going to, like, everyone who watched Game of Thrones, 99% are going to watch House of the Dragon, even though they hated Game of Thrones. They're going to watch it. Now we have all these new people. It's going to be massive.
Think of all the people that are going to be hate watching.
We're gonna make a Bridge 4 shirt. I like tight ones. We'll do that and put that on Teflon TV.
That was like, I don't even make jokes like that. I don't know why I do it online. Like, I would never say that in person. It's so inappropriate. But then I get online, I'm like, oh, let me make a dirty joke. Ha ha.
It was a great
He's blaming it on us.
It was a good one.
Blame it on the hot D, I'm telling you.
It fit the bill.
We're all getting that hot tea. It's
all right. Well, it's about to go down. All right, we're about to leave 8:30. I said I'd be off this. You know what I mean? So everyone else go. Let's go with the ladies first. Final thoughts. House of the Dragon right now, about to start. How are you feeling? What do you expect? Final thoughts before we get off the stream. We'll start with the bottom, Alicia, because you're the newest person here, and we'll work our way out.
Starting to feel like a bottom. I would say, was that loud? I would say.
I'm trying to get your dad to kick my ass, man.
I would say I have high hopes. High hopes. That's the best I can say. Having not seen anything yet, high hopes.
All right. MJ?
The whole thing is just giving me anxiety. I just want to see it so bad. What is the question? What do I hope? What do you hope? It's about to start. What are you feeling? How are you feeling right now? Right before it starts. I have anxiety. And I'm really excited. Like, I love this universe. I love these books. But I really like just like getting on my YouTube channel, talking to Sweet Summer Fam, hanging out with you guys. So that's like, I kind of look forward to that a lot. So I don't care. Hey, go power bottoms. Hey. Go gadgets. Yeah, I'm from a different generation. I didn't go. I'm thinking Inspector Gadget. I hate
Honestly, I'm just so excited and happy to be back in Westeros. It's been a while, obviously, as we all know, but it just feels so good. I know once we all hear that theme music, which seems like it's going to be for the first time for most people, I just feel like it's just this energy, it's this feeling. I'm just so happy. I'm just really happy. I don't know how to describe it besides pure joy, anxious. I really hope it lives up to my expectations, but I believe they will. From what I've seen so far, it's looking great, and I can't wait to see it. We got just about a half hour to go, so yeah, I'm done.
All right, go Nim.
I have very high hopes. I've heard good things from people who have seen it. The people who are pissy about it are the people that I wanted to be pissy about it. So thanks for that. I hear we get lots of Daemon ass. That's going to be great. So many dragons. We're trying to guess which one's which. That's more than I could have asked for. So I'm already happy. It's a great story, and there's a lot of potential for them to really make it fantastic. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I hope that when they cast now, it better be a round booty woman. We ain't got no round booty women in this damn show, and we need at least that I ain't seen them. We need something going on there. All right, Bridge.
So I've had less than 20 beers in the last 365 days. I'm on my third right now. I'm feeling really good. And also, if you saw me a second ago, I was on mute. I was like, bum, bum, bada, bum, bum. I think I answered the question. The fact that I could get so pumped up for that song, I think they're going to have maybe the same or very similar intro song. I'm pumped for it. 9 p.m. What are we at? We're at 33 minutes. Let's go.
And the same thing as Bridge was saying this earlier, the fact that I have seen it and I'm still really extremely excited to watch it again live, and kind of I'm excited. I took my notes for the live stream, so I don't have to worry about that. So I can just kind of sit back and relax and just watch the episode and enjoy it as an audience member. So that's I just be repeating everything everybody else here said. Excited to be back in this world, excited to talk about this again and not have to make up what if streams. Not that those weren't fun, Tony, but we were like, we got to a point where we were trying to just make up stuff to talk about by doing what if scenarios. And we're actually talking about new visual content. And that's very exciting.
True feelings are coming out live, huh?
Let me give a shout out to Alicia Keisha. Jesus Christ, I'm drinking too here, Brent. AK47. She's doing a watch along with Lady D. The link is in the chat. Go take a look at that. You know what I mean?
I just have to say it as a bad joke. Lady Hot D? No, sorry.
Them my shorties, you know what I mean? So definitely go check them out right there. You know, the Not So Silent Sisters is what they're calling. Go check those ladies out. You know, I think that everybody's going to be pleasantly surprised. I think that everyone is going to eat their words. People who said that Steve Toussaint should not be playing this role, you're about to take a big fat dick in your mouth. People who said that other people shouldn't be playing the roles, you about to take that too. So you're going to see right now, this is going to be a Nick Fury moment for you. That all you're going to see, like you've seen Samuel Jackson, that's all you're going to see. And that's the way it's about to be with y'all right now. When you see Matt Smith and when you see Steve Toussaint in these roles, watch. Remember, I said it. Remember, it's going to happen right now. It's about to happen for all you people right there. All right, let me get up off here so y'all can do what you got to do. Again, let me thank everybody in the chat. Everybody who joined Teflon TV, make sure you join. You know what I mean? Join. We got a bunch of people who joined. So thank you so much. I can put some more emojis in there. I appreciate it. Everybody who's came by, my man Dave Light, bring up in the building. Let me shout out to my girl Nim up here. I Eat Zebras in the building. MJ in the building. Alicia up in the building. Whole Wolf City. Tomorrow, what's the time, ladies?
8:30.
8:30 every Monday. 8:30. Building Issues Guy. What's the time?
Tonight at 10:05 p.m.
10:05. As soon as it's over, go to Phil Issues Guy channel. Bridge 4. What do you got planned this week?
You know, I love life for real. As much as I'm excited to watch a show in 30 minutes, I love hanging out and talking with you guys even more. I love you more than the show, but I love the show a lot. I got nothing coming up next week. I don't know. Let's go.
Don't lie. He's lying to you. He's got a lot of You'll see it when it drops because Bridge is impulsive and everything else. And that's just the way it goes. If you like the way it do is please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and as always, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is.